Babies. You might have one. You probably once were one. I think they are generally pretty cool. But there are many people who have decided that babies, or more accurately, a lack of babies, is a big problem. Yet their solutions seem notably tied to stuff they seem to have wanted anyway. Birth rates in the United States and across the developed world have declined since the 1960s. Currently, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention measure the American birth rate is around 1.6 per woman over her lifetime. That's pretty low, though still higher than countries like South Korea and Canada. The potential knock-on effects of low birth rates can be big, with fewer workers, an older workforce, more pressure put on Social Security, and a general decline in population. Now, the U.S. has had the benefit of high levels of immigration to keep its workforce young, but with Trump in office, well, we'll just see what happens with those numbers. There are lots of reasons people don't have kids. For one, it turns out that when women gain more independence and nations develop, women don't tend to have as many kids. When you don't have birth control or health care, it's hard to determine how many kids you actually want to have. Some have also pointed to the cost of living and a lack of support for families, particularly in the United States. The trouble is that even in countries with lots of social support for moms and families, and with high levels of gender equality, like in Nordic countries, birth rates are still declining. It's a problem. So it's no wonder that pronatalism has taken off, particularly among folks already interested in effective altruism and long-termism, focusing on the long-term future. And as a noted supporter of babies and children and people who want to have them, that's fine. Not to be America's bravest soldier, but I think we should make life easier for parents to parent. But it hasn't been lost on me that some of pronatalism's biggest advocates, like Elon Musk, seem to act as if, one, the act of simply having kids, rather than, raising them and making sure they are happy, is in itself an unalloyed good. And two, a lot of pronatalism, particularly online, seems to be focused on women. Specifically, women doing literally anything besides having babies. And let's be clear, having babies in heterosexual cis partnerships. Here's conservative influencer Ashley St. Clair on Fox News in September 2023.
It's the Chelsea Handler culture of it all, where they just want to pursue pleasure and drinking all night, going to Beyonce concerts. It's this pursuit of self-pleasure in replace of fulfillment and having a family. And we see this often now.
I should probably note that this week, St. Clair claimed to have given birth to one of Musk's children, according to the New York Post. So there's that. According to very online pronatalists, women shouldn't go to college or get jobs or do anything besides get pregnant and stay pregnant. And they mean that kind of literally. In December, the Heritage Foundation put out a paper arguing that one of the reasons women weren't having enough kids was because of, quote, harmful overconsumption of schooling, adding, quote, good things can become bad when pursued in excess. Notably, men are apparently allowed to overconsume books. If I wanted people to have kids, I would probably tell them that they could pursue their dreams and interests and have a family, and I might come up with policies that let them do so. But if I just wanted to be a misogynist, I would probably focus on how women are just big dumb sluts who spend too much time reading books and going to college and being girl bosses and going to Beyonce concerts, and not enough time getting impregnated, which is what misogynists were saying before they started ranting about birth rates, which should tell you something.